We are raised in a culture that worships the next promotion, the next milestone, the next version of ourselves. We are told that ambition is a fire that must be fed with the wood of our own peace, that to be content is to be stagnant, and to be stagnant is to fail. We live in a state of deferred arrival. We tell ourselves, I will be happy when the project is finished. I will be at peace when the bank account reaches that number. I will be successful when I am finally there. But there is a ghost. It is a horizon that retreats every time you take a step toward it. What if the secret to elite performance wasn't more hustle, but a radical, ironclad contentment? What if you could be the most ambitious person in the room, driven, focused, and high-achieving, while simultaneously feeling that you already have everything you need? Welcome back to the Stoic Woman. Today, we are resolving the great paradox of the modern professional. We are moving beyond the exhaustion of conditional happiness and entering the realm of the contented warrior. We are learning how to aim for the stars while remaining firmly rooted in the earth. This is the Stoic art of ambition without anxiety. The sickness of the unfilled jar. The Stoics had a name for the person who is always chasing but never arriving. They compared them to a leaky jar. No matter how much success, praise, or wealth you pour into your life, if the vessel of your soul is cracked by a lack of contentment, it will always feel empty. You will finish a massive project on Friday and feel the gnawing void of what's next by Sunday afternoon. This is not a failure of your work ethic. It is a failure of your philosophy. Performance culture thrives on this leak. It wants you to feel inadequate because an insecure worker is a compliant worker. A person who believes they are not enough will sacrifice their health, their relationships, and their integrity to fill a jar that cannot be filled. Stoicism offers a different path. It suggests that contentment is not the end of the journey. It is the starting point. When you start from a place of, I am enough, your ambition changes its flavor. It moves from being a desperate search for validation to a joyful expression of capacity. You stop working because you have to prove your worth, and start working because you want to exercise your excellence. The even-if mindset. To bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be, you must master the transition from if-then to even-if. Most of us live in if-then. If I hit my targets, then I am a success. If the world recognizes my talent, then I am worthy. This makes your soul a hostage to fortune. The Stoic practices even if. I will work with every ounce of my intelligence to hit my targets. But even if the market shifts and I fail, I am still a person of integrity and wisdom. This is not giving up. It is waking up. By detaching your worth from the outcome, you actually become more effective. You can take bigger risks because you aren't afraid of social death. You can think more clearly because your brain isn't clouded by the cortisol of fear. Contentment is the inner citadel that protects your ambition from the volatility of the world. The 5 lessons of the contented warrior. In this masterclass, we will explore the 5 core disciplines that allow you to balance the hunger for growth with the peace of the present. The archer's paradox. Why the aim is your duty, but the hit is an indifferent. Preferred indifference. How to climb the career ladder without letting it crush your spirit. The discipline of enough. Defining the finish line before the race begins. Amor, Fati in the office. Turning professional setbacks into philosophical fuel. The sunset review. A ritual to close the day with peace, regardless of the to-do list. The practical exercise. The success decoupling audit. Before we move into our first lesson, let us perform a psychological audit of your current goals. I invite you to take a piece of paper and draw a line down the center. Column A, the external objective. Write down your biggest professional goal right now. For example, securing a senior partnership or launching a successful startup. Column B, the internal virtue. Now, Identify the Stoic virtues required to pursue that goal. For example, courage to lead, justice in dealing with partners, wisdom in strategy, and temperance in managing stress. The Stoic realization. Look at column B. Everything in that column is 100% within your control right now. You do not need to wait for a promotion to be wise. You do not need $1 million to be just. Your exercise for today is to tell yourself, success is not column A. Success is the mastery of column B. If you end your day having practiced courage and wisdom, you have already arrived. The external goal in column A is merely the gym where you go to exercise your soul. Prepare yourself. We are about to redefine what it means to win. Let us begin. Chapter 1. The Archer's Paradox. Chapter 1. The Archer's Paradox. The Sovereignty of Intent. To understand how a Stoic navigates a high-performance culture, we must master the most famous metaphor in ancient philosophy, the archer. Cicero, the great orator and student of Stoic thought, used this image to explain the telos, or the ultimate goal of a human life. The archer does everything in their power to hit the target. They choose the finest yew wood for their bow. They fletch their arrows with precision. They spend years training their muscles to be both iron and silk. They study the wind, they calculate the distance, and they draw the string back with a single-minded focus. But then they release. At the moment of the release, the archer's power ends. A sudden gust of wind can catch the feathers. A bird can fly across the path. The target itself can be moved by a third party. The Stoic archer understands a radical truth. The hit is not the goal. The aim is the internalization of success. In our performance culture, we are taught the opposite. We are told the hit, the promotion, the viral video, the quarterly profit is the only thing that matters. But the Stoic knows that the hit is an external event. It is subject to the whims of the market, the biases of a boss, and the luck of the draw. If you make the hit your goal, you are a gambler. You are placing your peace in the hands of fate. If you make the aim your goal, you are a sovereign. The aim is your preparation. Did you do the deep work? The aim is your focus. Were you present in the meeting? The aim is your integrity. Did you speak the truth even when it was difficult? When you internalize success, your anxiety evaporates. You can walk into a high-stakes negotiation with a sense of calm power. Why? Because you have already won by preparing perfectly and acting with virtue. Whether the other side signs the contract is a preferred indifferent, it is out of your circle. Your joy is derived from the excellence of your performance, not the applause of the crowd. Practical exercise, the pre-performance release. Before your next high-pressure task, a presentation, a difficult conversation, or a launch, take 60 seconds of silence. Acknowledge the target. Visualize the outcome you want. For example, I want to close this sale. Affirm the aim. List the 3 things within your control. For example, my preparation, my tone of voice, and my listening skills. The mental release. Physically open your hands and say to yourself, the aim is mine. The hit belongs to the world. By doing this, you declutch your ego from the result. You go into the arena with a cool mind, which, ironically, makes you far more likely to actually hit the target. Chapter 2. Preferred Indifference. Climbing without attachment. One of the most common critiques of Stoicism is that it leads to apathy. People assume that if you are content with what you have, you will stop trying. They imagine a Stoic as someone sitting in a dark room, indifferent to their career or their impact. This is a profound misunderstanding of the concept of adiaphora, or indifference. The Stoics were not monks. They were emperors, generals, and merchants. They believed in proegmena, the preferred indifference. It is preferred to have a high-impact career. It is preferred to have financial abundance. It is preferred to have influence. Why? because these things provide a larger gymnasium for virtue. A CEO has more opportunities to practice justice and wisdom than a person with no influence. The light grip strategy. The key to the contented warrior is the light grip. You pursue professional growth with the same intensity as anyone else, but you do not cling to it. Think of a professional athlete. They want the trophy, the preferred indifferent. They train for it every day. But if they don't get the trophy, they do not fall into a dark depression that destroys their character. They realize the trophy was just the excuse for the training. The performance culture trap, clinging. When you cling to your title or your salary, you become fearful. You stop taking risks. You stop telling the truth to your superiors because you are afraid of losing the indifferent. The Stoic strategy, the light grip. You work for the promotion, but you maintain the internal realization. This promotion will not make me a better person. It will only give me a different set of problems to solve with my character. Practical exercise, the subtraction meditation. Once a month, sit in a comfortable chair and perform a mental subtraction. Visualize the loss. Imagine you lose your current professional status today. The title is gone, the office is gone, the external prestige is gone. Audit the remains. What is left? Your intelligence is still there. Your kindness is still there. Your ability to learn and rebuild is still there. Your inner citadel is untouched. The return. Open your eyes and look at your current job. You will find that because you have premeditated its loss, you no longer fear it. And because you no longer fear it, you can perform with a level of freedom and boldness that your clinging competitors can never match. You are now climbing the ladder not because you are hungry for validation, but because you are curious to see how much good you can do from a higher rung. This is the definition of Stoic ambition. Chapter 3. The discipline of enough. Defining the finish line. In a performance culture, the most radical word you can utter is enough. Our economic and social systems are built on the hedonic treadmill, the psychological phenomenon where as soon as we achieve a goal, our expectations rise in tandem, leaving us with zero net gain in happiness. We are running faster and faster just to stay in the same place of dissatisfaction. Stoicism teaches us the virtue of temperance, sophrosyne, which is often translated as self-control. But in a professional context, it is better understood as right proportion. It is the ability to decide before the race begins where the finish line is. Without a predefined enough, your ambition is not a drive toward excellence. It is a sentence to eternal hunger. The infinity trap. Most professionals have a vague ambition. They want more money, more influence, more reach. But more is not a destination. It is an infinite loop. Seneca warned that it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor. If you do not define your enough, you will eventually trade the goods of the soul, time with the loved ones, mental peace, integrity, for preferred indifference, a slightly larger bonus or a more prestigious title that you don't actually need. You will become a successful failure, someone who won the game but lost their life in the process. Practical exercise, the enough audit. To practice the discipline of enough, you must move from the abstract to the concrete. Sit down with a journal and answer 3 hard questions. The financial floor. What is the actual number I need to live a life of dignity, freedom, and moderate comfort? Not the dream number, but the freedom number. The time ceiling. How many hours a week am I willing to trade for external success before the trade starts costing me my internal virtue? The purpose pivot. Once I reach my floor, what will be the new metric of my life? Will it be contribution? Will it be wisdom? By defining these boundaries, you transform your ambition from a wildfire that consumes everything in its path into a controlled flame that powers your purpose. You gain the power to say no, to opportunities that offer more money but less peace. This is the ultimate form of professional sovereignty. Chapter 4. Amor, Fati in the office. Turning setbacks into fuel. Performance culture views a setback, a lost client, a failed product launch, a passed-over promotion, as a tragedy. It is seen as a sign that you have lost the lead in the race. This leads to a cycle of shame and frantic overcorrection. The Stoic meets these moments with Amor, Fati, the love of fate. This is the practice of not just tolerating what happens, but embracing it as exactly what was necessary for your growth. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." The obstacle is the way. In your career, the obstacle is never just a hindrance, it is a curriculum. If you are passed over for a promotion, that is the obstacle. The way is the opportunity to practice humility, to audit your own skills, and to practice fortitude in the face of public rejection. Without the setback, those virtues would remain dormant. Therefore, the setback is good. It is the weight in the gymnasium of your career. When you love your fate, you stop wasting energy, wishing things were different. You take the lead of a bad situation and use your philosophy to turn it into the gold of a better character. Practical exercise, the fate flip. The next time a professional disaster strikes, perform the fate flip. Describe the event objectively. The project I led was canceled today. No adjectives, no terrible, no unfair. Identify the required virtue. This situation requires temperance, to stay calm, and wisdom, to analyze why it was canceled. State the Amor, Fati. I love this cancellation because it forces me to develop a level of strategic depth I didn't have yesterday. It is the perfect lesson for the leader I am becoming. When you practice Amor, Fati, you become anti-fragile. Your competitors are demoralized by failure. You are fueled by it. You move through the performance culture with a secret advantage. Nothing can happen to you that you cannot use for your own advancement. Chapter 5. The Sunset Review. Returning to the inner citadel. The final discipline of the contented warrior is the epilogismos, or the evening review. In a performance culture, we are taught to end our day by looking at our to-do list. If the list is long and the tasks are unfinished, we feel a sense of failure. We carry the stress of the uncompleted into our sleep, our relationships, and our dreams. We become exhausted laborers in a field that has no boundaries. The Stoic understands that the day must have a psychological sunset. Regardless of whether the inbox is at 0 or the project is halfway done, the work of the soul must be appraised. This is how you reclaim your contentment from the clutches of your ambition. The trial of the self. Seneca described this practice as a daily court. At the end of the day, you sit as the judge of your own actions. You do not judge the results, which are external, but the character with which you moved through the day. The world's question: how much did you achieve today? The Stoics' question: how did you act today? When you judge yourself by your virtue rather than your output, you find a peace that no productivity hack can provide. You realize that a day where you were patient with a difficult colleague and wise in a crisis is a perfect day. Even if you didn't check a single box on your list. Practical exercise. The 3-question close. Tonight, when you finish your work, do not just walk away from your desk. Perform the 3-question close. What did I do well? Acknowledge your progress in virtue. Did you stay calm? Were you just? What did I do wrong? Without shame, identify where you lost your temper or acted out of vanity. This is data for tomorrow's aim. What could I do differently? How will the archer adjust their stance for the next arrow? Once these questions are answered, you must do the most difficult Stoic task of all. You must let the day go. You must tell yourself, The day is finished. I have done what I could. The rest belongs to fate. This is the atheist's prayer, the declaration of boundaries, the final synthesis, the master of the horizon. We have traveled through the 5 pillars of Stoic ambition. We have moved from the sovereignty of intent to the light grip on success. We have defined our enough and learned to love our fate. Finally, we have learned to return to the Citadel every evening. The great secret of the contented warrior is that contentment is the engine of high performance. A person who is desperate for success is a person who is easily manipulated, easily stressed, and easily broken. But a woman who is already content, who knows that her worth is untouchable, is a person who can lead with courage. She can tell the truth when others are silent. She can wait for the right opportunity while others jump at the first crumb. She can endure the hard path because she isn't looking for a quick fix. The legacy of the contented warrior. Performance culture wants you to believe that you are a resource to be optimized. Stoicism reminds you that you are a human being to be perfected. Your ambition is a beautiful thing. It is the desire to use your gifts to their fullest extent. It is the prohairesis, seeking its highest expression. But let that ambition be a gift you give to the world, not a tax you pay to your own insecurity. Aim for the gold, pull the string with all your might, study the wind, but as the arrow leaves the bow, smile, because you have already won the only prize that matters, the excellence of the archer.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Watch the next one here.